Hi boys and girls. This video today is on elapsed time and how to use the mountains, hills, and rocks strategy when solving for elapsed time. And in particular, this lesson is about knowing your start time and knowing your elapsed time and trying to find your stop time. Stop time is unknown. So let's get started. So when we have elapsed time, that means we want to know how much time has passed. Sometimes we will be given that. Sometimes it will be an unknown. In this video, we know our elapsed times. We have them listed throughout our problem. We are going to solve today what time this was finished, what the stop time is. So we are going to use our mountains, hills, and rocks. And to review, a mountain, when I drew a mountain on my open number line, a mountain represents 1 hour of time. A hill on your number line can represent a 5, a 10, a 15, a 20, a 30, a 25, whatever you need that hill to be. As long as you're labeling it, your hill can be whatever you need it to be. And then finally, a rock, which is smaller than a hill, and those represent 1 minute increments. So mountains, hills, and rocks. Let's get started. I'm going to move this off to the side and let's work through our problem. Jack woke up at 7:30. He spent 15 minutes getting dressed. He ate breakfast in 10 minutes. After that, he walked the dog for half an hour. Finally, he worked on schoolwork for 45 minutes. And here is our question: what time was he finished? So I'm going to start by drawing an open number line across the bottom. I know my start time, it's 7:30, so I'm going to start here. And I like to write my times vertically. That way, if I'm writing them horizontally, they tend to get bunched up with your other times. I like to do them vertically. All right, so let's get started. Our first time is he spent 15 minutes getting dressed. So that is not an hour. That is just 15 minutes. So I'm going to come over here starting with my start time, and I'm going to represent that 15 minutes with a hill. And I'm going to write 15 minutes. And here's where some adding takes place. If I'm at 30 minutes past and I add 15 minutes from 30 minutes, what is 30 plus 15? If you don't know, go off to the side somewhere and do your math. It's 45 minutes. So in 15 minutes, that will get me to 7:45 a.m. And I'm going to check that off because I'm done with that time. Now it says he ate breakfast in 10 minutes. So from here, I'm going to draw another hill. I'm going to label that 10 minutes, and I'm going to do my math now. If I'm at 45 and I add 10, 45 plus 10 more gets us to 55. So 7:55 a.m. And again, I'm going to check that off because I've already done that time. Now my next time says he walked the dog for half an hour. Now that doesn't give me a time, but I can figure this out. I know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. So half of 60 would be 30. So I want to add 30 minutes. Now, I'm kind of looking at my time and I see that I'm at 7:55. That's only 5 minutes away from 8 o'clock. So I can show you one thing you can do is you can decompose these times and break them into chunks to kind of help you work with your numbers. So I'm going to break up this 30. I see that I'm 5 minutes away from being 8 o'clock. Remember, 60 minutes are in 1 hour. So whenever I get to a 60, that means I'm at a new hour. So I'm trying to get 30 minutes and I just did a jump of 5. So how many more do I need to jump? What would be a total of 30? 5 and 25. So I'm going to do a great big hill of 25 because I'm at 8 o'clock and I can get to 8:25 very easily. That's just an easy jump. I could have made hills of 10 and then 10 and then another 5, but since I was at the top of my hour, one big jump of 25, that's easy to do. Make your hills work for you. Now, I still have my half an hour. It's all right here. 25 plus 5, that's 30 minutes. That's still my half hour. So I've got one more. I'm going to check that off. He worked on schoolwork for 45 minutes. What time was he finished? So now I've got to add 45 minutes to this. But we have to be very careful because once I get to 60, then that means I have a new hour. So I'm going to again kind of think about this number here. In fact, I think I'm going to do this a different way. I think I'm going to do jumps of 10, and let's see how I'm going to kind of break this into jumps of 10. So if I do a 10 minutes, that's going to get me to 8:35. Remember, I'm trying to do 45. I've already done 10. If I do another jump of 10, if I'm at 35 and I add 10 more, that will get me to 8:45. I'm going to do another jump of 10, trying to do 45 total. If I do 10 minutes from 45, that's going to get me to 55. And again, I'm 5 minutes away now from 9 o'clock. So let's be very careful here. So I'm trying to get to 45, and I'm looking at this 8:55, and I know that I'm 5 minutes away from being 9 o'clock. I am just 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put my 5 minutes in there, and that's going to get me to 9 o'clock. Make your numbers work for you. And then now that I'm at the top of the hour, I can very easily add my last 10 minutes because remember we were trying to get to 45. So far I've got 10, 20, 30, 35, but I'm trying to get to 45. So I'm going to do one more jump of 10. And if I'm at 9 o'clock and I add 10 more, that's going to get me to 9:10. And so my final stop time is 9:10. So what time was he finished? 9:10 a.m. Okay, let's just kind of review quickly. So we started with our start time here. We did our 15-minute jump here for 15 minutes. We did our 10-minute jump here. Now half an hour is 30 minutes. So here I made my 30 minutes work. Here's my 30 minutes right here. That's my 30 minutes, but I made those numbers work for me. I decomposed that 30 because I was 5 minutes away from 8 o'clock. So I did my jump of 5, and then I knew I had 25 more to do. And then the last thing we did was we took our 45, and I kind of broke this up. Now, I knew if I had made a big jump of 45 from here, it would have got me to a next hour. There would have been a lot of kind of fixing your hour and your minutes there. And so this was easier for me to break it up. So we broke it into 10s. So for 45 minutes, I did jumps of 10, 10, 20, 30, until I got here again, kind of like I was here. I knew I was 5 minutes away from being at the top of my hour, and then I knew that I had just 10 left. Now altogether, that is 45 minutes. I just decomposed that 45 and broke it, and I made it work for me where I needed those numbers to work, but they're all still there, 45 minutes. And that got us to 9:10. So we didn't have any mountains with this. Now I could have done a mountain if I had taken this 45 and this 15 and put those together from the start. That's an automatic hour. So I could have done it that way. And then I could have added from there my 30 minutes, my 10, and then that would have gotten me the same answer as well. So I hope that this helped you. I hope that you kind of understand how to use those mountains, those hills. We didn't have any rocks today because we didn't have any numbers that were a 1 digit. We just had 5s and 10s. So again, I hope this helped you, and thank you for watching.